In this series, I look to answer some questions that come directly from Reddit. Sometimes the best way to explain it is to show it. A user on roguelikes recently asked if there were any roguelike recommendations for beginners. I figured with Bitdungeon being on sale for 74 cents right now on Steam, and it being the game that got me into the roguelike genre in 2012 on iOS, this was the best time to potentially recommend it. I know it doesn't fit all of the qualifications for the Berlin interpretation of what roguelikes are. It may be closer to a hybrid roguelike, but the game has all the characteristics and the hallmarks that I look for. It has randomly generated dungeons, it has loot that you can grab, and there isn't any sort of real character progression, but you can buy back your soul with a currency that you collect in-game. The reason why I would recommend this game for a beginner is the same reason it got me hooked back in 2012. Overall, the mechanics for this game are really easy to pick up, and the core concept in the loop is pretty simple. It's a point and click. You literally just point where you want to go and then left click or hold down the left click to attack. There's only a few different types of items for you to equip. You've got a weapon, rings, armor, helmet, that sort of thing. Anybody can catch on to this, and there's a lot of variety within the game. The tile sets change as you get deeper into the dungeons, the bosses are pretty well developed, and the mobs aren't overly repetitive. They do a good job managing health and mana, and allow you to double back through rooms in order to kill rats and ghosts to replenish those resources. On the other hand, I don't know if I can highly recommend Bitdungeon 2 or 3. A lot of what makes 1 so endearing is missing from 2 and 3. There's some things that have changed, like the way that movement works and the items and how those things are displayed on your screen, that take away the simplicity of what made 1 so fun. Along with the changes in the mechanics on how things move, the layout and the dungeon design changed as well. Instead of being a square grid to progress through, the dungeons are laid out more randomly, with some sections being outdoors and some sections being indoors. Although this may add to some variety, it takes away a little bit of what I think makes the first game so good. If I was going to recommend one of the sequels, it would probably be 3. One of the biggest quality of life upgrades from 3 is that you can select a class that has a preset loadout of gear. It may just be nostalgia that leads me to recommend this, but it could also be the fact that it's less than $1 right now. The question is, what game is good for a beginner? I think this definitely covers the bases.